Alright, here we go. I got a wonderful little MacBook we're going to work on. Let's see her in action. So this is the little MacBook we're going to work with tonight. This is, I think, a 2012, 2011, one of the two. MacBook Pros. And we're going to do a couple things to it. We're going to give it a new solid-state hard drive. The most RAM we can stick in it, because these top out at, I think, 8 gigs. And unless it's a Core Duo, then you can do 16. And a brand new fresh battery. So let's just see what's going on with this one first. Got my handy Mac charger here. This is what it does. This is the fun thing it does. So you plug in a charger, and not every charger, certain chargers, you'll see the light come on. It went orange, it went white, it went green, and then it'll start blinking. See the blinking? Camera, see the blinking? Yeah, see it blink, 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 and then what it'll do, it'll turn on all by itself. Just like so. See? It chimes, it turns on. I didn't freaking do it. It did it all by itself. This is basically what it does. So, and then of course you'd load an OS or whatever, blase skippy. But it does work. It just doesn't work right. Because as soon as you pull the adapter, ta-da, dead Mac. So that's kind of what's going on. And I guess it would help if I change something here real quick on my down, 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 and category is going to be like how to. Technically, this video on YouTube is like a how-to thing. So there we go. That's what we got. MacBook Pro, nice computer. So we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start with taking the computer apart. And this is always the fun part anyway for most people. Like, yo, I get to use tools. Cool. I'm going to use a tool. I'm going to take that tooly computer apart. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like fun. What do I do with my screwdriver? What? You don't know what you do with your screwdriver? Psych, I do. It was here the whole time. So we're going to go ahead and remove a few screws. Which, since we're so awesome on this one, we only left 2 screwed in. I don't remember why that's what I did, but I did that. So, and then I used a terribly too big screwdriver to try to. Okay, well, that's fun. Used too big of a bit, and then, not to mention, yeah, this is the right one here. This would work, and then I don't know what it is with my screws. I'm going to put the rest in a little package. That might be what this package is for. I don't think so, though, but let's see. So, this has probably a package of screws in it. Or feet, one of the two. Feet or screws, I'm not sure which one. No, Jesus. No. Oh, yeah, it's got the feet in it. What's in it? Alright, that's fun. What did we do with the other screws then? That came out of that one. Oh, they apparently are around here somewhere. Weird. A real fun moment, I guess. We'll figure it out later. Not the end of the world. So we'll take the 2 out. I think maybe I attached them to the inside of the other plate. Take this one out. There's both of them out. So we get the plate loose, because I already kind of looked at this. Yeah, there they are. I stuck them in the hard drive cubby. Nice. That was a smart move on my part. So there's the rest of the screws. So who wants to lose the screws to their laptop? I don't. And we'll just change the battery first, because that's going to be our first culprit. We want to see if this new battery is going to make it work, right? So that'll be the first thing we do, is remove this. And what we're going to do is disconnect this header to the battery right there. And then we're going to take these screws out, but I believe these are tri-wing. Yeah, they are tri-wing. Fun. It's been a while since I had remnants of Yield Nintendo on my table. Yeah, but luckily we do have good old tri-wingers here. Now let's see what we got for a tri-winger. Let's try going with this tri-wing. And do you let the battery come up, Mr. Tri-wing? I do. And there we go. So see, there's our nice, pretty little tri-wing screw. And he's out. I actually completely forgot they were tri-wing, to be honest with you. Here goes number 2. And we already unplugged it. And then this should just kind of lift. Oh, I think there's a third. No, yeah, there's 3. Here's the third tri-winger. Alright, now we'll take this old battery out. Ta-da! Which doesn't look old by any standards, but it doesn't work. And then here's the new one. Ooh, with a brand new peel. Who doesn't like a good peel? Fuck. I know I do. And we're gonna go ahead and put this right back up in here, like so. Weirdly, another little piece of plastic. I don't know. That's kind of weird. And before we get this thing plugged in, actually, let's plug it in first. Probably before we even go any further, let's make sure this sucker does what it's supposed to be intended to do here. Let's turn on. So we got the battery plugged in. We didn't screw it in yet. We're going to just try to power her up real quick. Ooh, she didn't like that. So, is it like not a bad battery? Or is this like a brand new dead battery? Plugged in the power there. We got a charging light, charging light, charging light. No more charging light. Oh no, yeah, it turned on, then the charging light came back. And it stayed on. Hey, look at that. It's not the battery. Or it is the battery. Battery shot. So that old battery's no good. New battery works. Okay, perfect. That's what we wanted to see. Wanted to see if it would initiate with the battery. So we're in good shape. So battery worked. First plus of the day. Here with the battery. Oh. Is that what happened? That little... Oh. Little tri-wing broke, huh? That's nice. So one of our little plastic clips broke or got bumped in shipping. So we've got a screw, but like not really a plastic clip for it to go in, I guess. But you know what? It ain't the end of the world, honestly. I'm not gonna make a big fuss about this. I love how they give their Hotmail address. Like, hey, if you have any problems or questions, please contact us directly first. It's like, no, I want to go back to Apple. Why won't you just go in the screw hole? At least go in the screw hole for me. It's being stupid. It is totally being stupid. Try this by hand. Oh, you know what? It's not like underneath. No, it's not underneath there. Yeah, it just broke off. Oh, you guys are so lame. Why are you being like this today? How is that possible? There's the rest of it. Oh, because it still has like partial clip. It's broke. Alright, well, break in the right direction so I can at least screw you in. Jesus. There we go. Almost there. Yeah, that little clip got dinged on the way to shipping. I really could just send it back and be a complainer. That's not how I do people. The item does what I needed to do. I'm not a bitch. Come on. Yeah, go in there. There you go. Come on. Get in the screw hole. What are you being a hoe for? Really? Is it that far off the lineup point? It must be. Wow. I can see it from here. There. There we go. Alright. I was like, what the hell? Oh my god, really? So now you're gonna thread in sideways because I don't like the way that I just did that. Well, fine, be a hoe. You didn't go how I want you to. It's not gonna go at all. There we go. Okay, 1 inch straight. And we were able to pinch the edge of that broken clip to get, you know, full penetration across the battery. So we're in good shape. Battery connectors pushed down. We're good there. We'll put our little tip back here. And then our next step is going to be to change the RAM out, because I don't really like having only 2 gigs of RAM per slot. That sucks. Who wants a 4 gig laptop? Like, what can I really do with that? Not a whole lot. So we're going to go ahead and swap that out. Just to show you guys, these are 2 gig DDR3 1600. 2 gig. I don't know if you can see that. You might be able to. Kind of. Anyway, this one could clear up on it, but it just being... There it is. Anyway, it's kind of weird how the focus works on some of these cameras. So we're going to swap that out with this boy here. This is an 8 gig kit. Like I said, the Core I's can only go to 8 gigs of RAM. The Core 2 Duos can do 16. And I don't really... There's a reason behind why. Something to do with, like, DRAM timing or something, but I'm not going to, you know, pretend to know why, so... Oh, I had to shut my window 1 second. Okay. Let's put our regular screwdriver tip back on. Open these. Alright, so let's get that RAM out. There we go. Get our 8 gig kit down in the bottom of the bottom slot, because there's 2 slots on this, so push this one all the way down so it gets all the way to the bottom. We'll put the old sticks back in here for just safety or whatever. Eventually I'll probably, I don't know, give these away or whatever. I don't have any real use for them. Nobody wants just 8 gigs of RAM that I know of. I'm sorry, I mean 4 gigs of RAM, two gig sticks. I know I don't have a use for them myself, but I mean, there could be somebody, like, I don't know, if you had like an old router that uses this kind of memory or something. I guess there could be somebody. I just don't know anybody myself, personally. That's each face. So here's the other one. An 8 gig stick. So 4 gigs per stick, 8 gigs total from, so we just basically doubled the memory, which is nice. Which actually makes these a little more desirable when there's more RAM in them. And then the last creature comfort we're adding to this MacBook before installing the operating system is simply we're going to just add a new solid state hard drive, because these just come in handy, man. Like, solid state drives are where to go. Nobody wants a spinning disk in their computer anymore, especially when these are so cheap. Now, the one thing I did notice with these laptops that I've been getting is they're missing like a clip, right? So there's usually a clip that goes on the edge of all the drive screws that then these things go into, right? Well, I don't have those for whatever reason. And at the end of the day, not really super important. I actually have some other screws that I use instead to mount these in, and they seem to work well. So we're going to do that so we can at least get the hard drive mounted up to where it doesn't like move around a bunch and just kind of do what it wants. Kind of just position it our way. Screws are in this bag right here, so let's get that. Alrighty, and then let's see, this is perfect. Alright, so what we're using here are some of these little black 3.5 mil screws. Oh, a big screw on there. We just need 2 of them. These are. She bought these for about a hard drives that I had. I had bought a disk shelf, and I used those in that disk shelf. And what we're gonna do is this is gonna plug in this way, right? See, power, SATA and power, SATA and power connector. Boom, good to go. So it's gonna go in this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just drive in ever so slightly a couple screws here. I love that this screwdriver is a little magnetic. Let's see how well these fit. These it's a lot easier with the bigger bit on the screwdriver, but wow, that's just not working out so well. The heads on that's so big. I'll go back to this one for a minute. Bigger screwdriver head. Make it a little easier to get that bit on there and kind of chomp down. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 screws in this thing. These screws are too big. Alright, well, we tried with those. A little bit too large, that's fine. Let's go back to the other screws. Another set of screws in here that are probably more fitting for that size drive. Way too big for that. Okay, fine. Let's get a couple of these guys here. There we go. Little pack of screws here. See these little guys? Having a little plastic bag. These ones are working perfect for these drives. 2 of these seem to be the trick here. There we go. 2 of those, and so down. These seem to work great. So we'll do this. Get this started here. And there it is. Beautiful. And we just kind of leave them about halfway out like that. Yeah, they just fit so nicely. You can do them by hand even. I wonder what was going on with the other one. Yeah, you fit them in a little ways, you know. And then what we do is we take this clamp and use them like standoffs and put this over the top of them. So what it does is it clamps basically this hard drive down and keeps them in place like so. So that basically the hard drive can stand up and not move. And because I don't have the original little standoffs, this is my little trick method of doing it. And it seems to have worked so far, so I've been doing it this way for a while. And so they kind of, like, see how it stands up now and it kind of stays in place? It ain't going to go nowhere. Not that I was worried that it would, I just figured this would be a nice way to kind of complete the package. And then we're going to go put our screws back in here. Make that tight there. Make that tight there. And that's it. Now our hard drive's in. It ain't going nowhere. Which is nice because, you know, nobody wants to buy a computer that's like all messed up. I know that much. I know I don't. I don't think you do either, whoever. So we got the hard drive in. We got our RAM in. We got our new battery in. The last thing we have to do is put put these screws back in this little bag up here for now. I know where these are at. These are the ones I'm always looking for that type of job. I had a couple more, so I'll stick them in here for now so I know where they're at. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to cut out there. Just kind of happened by accident. Okay, so... let's see here. All right, guys. So, I don't know. I cut out on Twitch for a second there. My fault. I bumped something. I didn't mean to. So we're going to put our screws back in, and then we're going to install the OS. There's our screws there. Back in this machine. There's a couple long ones that go in certain spots. 3 long ones, and the rest are all small. To do the middle ones first, usually, just because that kind of lines us up on the rest of the plate. Alright. Oh, okay. Alright, there we go. The screws are actually kind of offset at an angle, so that they go in with the frame evenly and have a flush fitting. Try to keep that same flush fitting with all the screws. And now we have an upgraded Mac Pro that has new memory, hard drive, and RAM, and battery. So here we go. Now the last step is going to be install our media, because we don't have anything on it. So this has I think Sierra on it. It's either Tiger or Sierra, one of the two. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to find a USB port on the side, plug it in, get our power connector, seat that, and you'll see it'll light up green, then orange, and then sometimes it goes green and then it'll stay orange. Once it stays orange like that, you know the battery's working now. It's done worked the whole power cycle. And then we're going to turn it on, and then we're going to hold down the option key. What will happen here is you'll see the computer lights up. And we'll go ahead and make the other camera a little bigger for now. Since this is the angle, that's more going to matter for most people at this point. And so there we have it. There's our install. Oh, it's all Capitan. Okay. Run the install. Let's see what we get. And we're pretty much done at this point. I mean, the last couple steps I was going to show you is just basically partitioning the hard drive. And that's it. After that, it's done. It's ready to go. It should be fully functional. We upgraded the RAM on this one to 8 gigs. We might be able to go 16. I don't know if this is a Core i or if this is a Core 2 Duo system yet. It also could be a newer system because they use this chassis style from like 2010 to 2012. So you could have a mid, late, early one of whatever. And with it doesn't really say by the A1287 or 78 number. It doesn't really give you which one you have. You know, you just have to. And I'm sure there's another way to do it, but like by the EMC number, maybe. Well, mostly I just show you it and go ahead and check in the settings and see what it is at that point. It's kind of how I've been doing it for a while now. And we'll just call it here, because it looks like this install is going to take a while to start. So we'll just let it do its thing, and see you guys in the next one.
That's all, folks.